And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video we are of course going to be discussing the huge change that is on the horizon, whilst also going for a few other bits and pieces within the Rangers camp. Look, yesterday we did have a bit of fun, everybody on Twitter, everybody on social media, doing investigation work with regards to Michael Beale. Has he been sacked and all the rest of it? However, as I keep on saying, I don't think he has been sacked. Whatever has been going on social media is kind of fishy. But as I said, at the time of recording, he's a man in the job. But we did see a few reports and a few up-and-coming journalists, if you like, take to making an article stating that, of course, Michael Beale was on thin ice and he was going to be being sacked this international break and replaced by Graham Potter. Again, there's nothing in these stories, guys. At the time of recording, and I wouldn't trust it until we obviously tell you via some very, very reliable sources. But at the time of recording, nothing reliable on that front, guys. Michael Beale will be the manager of Rangers Football Club and he will be in the dugout for that game against St Johnstone. So, yeah, don't worry yourself too much. As I said, it was a bit of fun yesterday going into doing some investigation work, but as I said, there is nothing on that just yet. However, there is one thing that is set to change, a huge change is on the horizon, as reports are stating that Rangers are about to trigger a major revamp with regards to transfers and how they operate going forward. Again, as I said, we have spent £13 million this summer, and to be fair, our recruitment over the years has been pretty shocking. Again, maybe at the start with Steven Gerrard, he picked up a few gold mines, golds, bringing in Joe Rebo, bringing in Calvin Bassey, these kind of signings. However, recently, I don't think we have got the best recruitment strategy. I just think whoever once had a good name, that's who we go for in the hope that they're going to rediscover their form. I think that is our strategy at the moment. But as I said, basically reports are stating Rangers are looking to focus their attention on data and video analysts, so scouting staff will use such tools to consider a player. If the club takes up a serious interest, they'll go on and watch the player in said action. It is saying as well that they're going to cut the department down from 7 to 3. As they said, they make it a bit more of a tight-knit group in terms of scouts. They will see a number of scouts and other members of the recruitment team move on as a result. The report goes on to state that Rangers scouting team in the UK will be cut from 7 down to 3, as we said, while other part-time members of staff who work overseas will leave. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Apparently a huge overhaul with regards to how we're going to be conducting our transfer recruitment going forward. And as I said, I do want to start to see a club like Rangers have a bit more of a process when it comes to recruitment. As I said, I'm never a fan really of the manager just picking out everything. Neither am I a fan of just a sporting director picking out. I like a combination of both. So we've got analysts and we've got data and all the rest of it, but also have players that the manager actually wants, and then you can kind of fit it together and have something that we can go by. Look, people will always point out teams that are sort of lesser in terms of the big money, in terms of outside the top 6, the way Ajax Amsterdam recruit. Look at PSV, who we've been playing, the way that they're recruiting. I think we've got a higher wage bill than them. So I do think it comes down to the way that we are doing things, and they're selling players for crazy bucks over the last years. You look at Cody Gakpo coming through, you look at Xavi Simons, I know he joined for PSG, but another one there, Sangada. There's loads of other players that are coming through their ranks. Benfica are another club. FC Porto are another club. And then you can even go down into, say, our rivals, unfortunately. But they have quite a decent recruitment strategy. Yes, some people will question this summer. But look, they are starting to pick out gems from places, and they've having players that are going on for big money moves, or reportedly going in for big money moves, where they brought them in for pennies. That's a good recruitment strategy. Rangers at the moment don't have that. So yeah, I'm all for them changing the way we are going to be doing it and changing the way that we do recruit players going forward. I think that's very, 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 very important. Now, having said this, on the story of recruitment, if you like. Basically, Ian Black. Do you remember Ian Black? Yes, I do remember Ian Black. Basically, he is mooted that he thinks that Lawrence Shankland will be going into Rangers this January if his goal form continues. As I said, he's currently on international duty with Steve Clarke's squad. Has scored 5 goals in 9 matches so far this season. And he basically believes, I think Shankland, you never know, he'll be interested from somewhere else as big clubs down south if he keeps going the way he's going, but he could definitely make a move to Rangers. He obviously made a move to Rangers from Hearts back in 2012. But what I'm trying to say is with Lawrence Shankland, I think a lot of us fans are fairly, how do I say, snobby towards Scottish players. And I think we've had some decent Scottish players over the last few years, and I think Scottish players in general, as I say, I don't like to be disrespectful, but, you know, over the years, they've not been the greatest sort of players. But however, in this recent history, this recent period of time, Scottish players are looking really, really good. You're looking at what the national team are doing at the moment, what they're doing in terms of dominating a group that inhabits Spain and Norway and literally making it so easy. I think only one of three countries that have a 5 out of 5 rate. So I don't think we should be snobbing towards Scottish players. I think Lawrence Shankland, sometimes when you go, well, if he can do it for Hearts, score goals like this week in and week out for a Hearts side, how good would he be in a Rangers side? And then people would be like, oh yeah, but he won't be able to do it in Europe. But then we take risk on players like Cyril Dessers, who scored 1 goal in 15 games. Then we take risk on Sam Lammers. To be honest, would I rather Lawrence Shankland over them too? Abso-fucking-lutely. So again, I don't really believe in the thing. Sometimes I think you have to have it tried and tested. If you look at big teams within their divisions, Ajax Amsterdam will hoover up the best of the rest within the Netherlands. Bayern always hoover up the best of the rest within Germany. And I think Rangers used to do that. Rangers had a good way of hoovering up players from the smaller teams as well. And I think I would certainly look at Lawrence Shankland if our drought in front of goals seriously continues. Because I don't think you can go too far too wrong. And you're also looking at Lewis Ferguson. I know a lot of people were a bit like, no, I don't want Lewis Ferguson because, well, he's a player that's just there because of his father's name and his uncle's name and all the rest of it. But he's killing it in Bologna. He's getting linked to teams like AC Milan and stuff like that. You know, he's a fan of the club, a hard worker. Won't want to let the Ferguson name down. So sometimes you need these sorts of players. So I do think as a fan base, we're very snobby towards rare Scottish talent. But as I said, I have no qualms. And I think a Lawrence Shankland or somebody like that within the setup, I don't think we could do too wrong with that player like that. And I certainly would be looking at it. If he carries on his goal-scoring form, I would be making a move from him. How much is he going to cost? 2 million quid? 3 million quid? Just give him the money. Just give him the money. Why not? But yeah, that's it, Rangers fans. Just a little bit of a talk about our huge change that's on the horizon, according to reports stating that we are changing our transfer recruitment strategy, and hopefully it works. And that's the breaking news. Again, we are in the midst of international break, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very quiet time in the Rangers space, unfortunately. I hate this time, honestly. I really do hate it. However, it is what it is, and we are over the other side now, really, and we'll start building up to that game against St Johnstone later this week. So yeah, guys, that's all I've got for you. Please do hit the old like button and subscribe for daily Rangers content, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Poosh.